A response to the statement that dogs and cats do not naturally eat a vegan diet. Matthew?
Hi. Yeah. So that's a definitely a good response. And in the vegan community, when you're doing outreach to human animals, a lot of counter times you'll hear the thing. Well, what about lions? What about what about dogs and stuff like that? And so it is an interesting conundrum because some of the best arguments for vegan is the natural argument, saying like, we're biological herbivores as humans, and therefore, dogs are biological omnivores, if I understand correctly. So why would you kind of make that unnatural? But certainly, what dogs are doing today, is very unnatural, with everything from us, the way we live, and houses, and all that stuff. So interjecting into that natural loop, I think, is okay, especially considering they can thrive while not doing it. Another argument I did want to kind of explore in our own minds was that it's very alarming for many of us, vegan and non-vegan, who care about our pets, the idea that dogs and cats could or would have or have ever been used in that food supply chain for other companion animals. And it's disturbing because we can connect with these pets, and we can identify with them, and we know that they feel pain, and we know that they suffer, and we know that they love. And so it becomes just like a pull in our gut, the idea that this could happen. And but when you take that same process and you allow your mind to just kind of go there, and you go a little bit deeper, and you realize, well, why would it be any different that we're allowing that to happen to cows or pigs or chickens or any of the other animals that are used for food, for either human or non-human animals, or companion animals? So as far as being natural, I would definitely you can go back and forth with arguing, what's natural. We don't live in a natural world, but um, you know, yeah, I think you can go, yeah, any direction you want with that. But the point is, at the end of the day, is, can you live a life without causing unnecessary harm? And is it really that big of a inconvenience? And which it's not. Like, you might think it is, but at the end of the day, it ends up just being way easier. My dogs are thriving so much. So my family, we grew up with golden retrievers, and they would pass away at like 8 or 9 years old. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and we would buy the cheapest kibble that we could. And you would just see them deteriorate from like years 6 to 9. They would just kind of just go downhill. My dog, vegan or Happy here, has been vegan for 8 or 9 years. And he's 11 or 10 and a half now, and he's still like a puppy. And he, every day he comes home and he runs. A funny story happened to my dog was that my vegan dog, is he lost a lot of blood. He had this like growth on him, kind of unrelated, and he lost a lot of blood. I thought I was draining it, but long story short, I had a veterinarian tell me that he's going to be on pills for a long time because he's got a heart arrhythmia now. And it was very sad. My wife and I were really dealing with this, and we didn't know what to do, and we were just like devastated. But we took Happy home, and within like 2 days, he was his puppy self again, and just fully on board and everything. We later went to go get like a little rash looked at a vet, and a different vet was examining his heart, and he said, this dog has the heart of an athlete. And I just remember being so blown away that we had one vet tell us that, we were going to be on pills for heart arrhythmia for the rest of his life, to the next vet saying that this is the best sounding heart that this vet has ever heard. And, of course, I got to brag on being vegan to this vet, which was definitely new to them. And so I do know that dogs' hearts are like our hearts, and without that cholesterol. And I also noticed that someone mentioned coconut oil and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying don't do oil, but we should try to definitely limit our oil, I believe, both for human and non-human animals. But someone should talk to that better than I do. Yeah.
And Marlene, I just want to jump in very quickly and sort of, springboarding from what Matthew was saying, sort of I would say take issue with the whole presumption that it's unnatural that dogs eat a plant-based diet. And the reason is that dogs and humans have been hanging out together for longer than any other two species, except for plankton or something like that. But so we're talking, there's studies that go all the way back to the Neolithic period. Some studies that go back, 10, 11, 12,000 years. It's possible that it's tens of thousands of years that dogs and humans have been traveling together, and dogs have been eating, they didn't eat high-end meat. This just wasn't how it was done. They ate legumes, they ate wheat, they ate grains. So in all reality, a species appropriate diet for dogs, if we really want to look at how they've gone back thousands of years with people, could very well be a plant-based diet. So.
Thank you, Diana. Dr. May, what are the steps to take to transition a dog or cat to a vegan diet?
Yes, thanks. And I just wanted to dovetail about the natural argument and add in that dogs and cats receive veterinary care. That's unnatural, if you will. If they were left to their own devices out in the wild, left to be predated upon, hit by a car, being subjected to parasitism, that they wouldn't have a healthy existence either. So by virtue of them being in our homes, that is itself somewhat unnatural, getting meals on a consistent basis. So what I believe the important question is what is healthy, not just what's natural. And the current state of this world has gotten to a point, unfortunately, to where toxins are ubiquitous. And it's almost impossible to avoid them entirely. So the best that we can do is to minimize the toxins that we're exposed to through our diet, our water, our air, and same for our animal companions. So by offering distilled or spring water, so they don't have the fluoride in there, which is a neurotoxin. Same for us humans. And of course, being mindful of the diet and minimizing the toxins there, we're actually providing a healthier option for them. That's maybe not what they would be eating in the wild, but it's actually healthier for them in the long run.